Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to unlock the exact steps, techniques, and, those little culinary secrets to mastering a truly authentic Thai sweet dried fish topping. If you've been searching for an easy-to-follow recipe that delivers complex, mouth-watering restaurant-quality flavors right at home, well, you're in the exact right place. We're going to explore the precise science and art behind hitting that perfect sweet, savory, and crispy balance.
So, have you ever paired savory dried fish with juicy chilled watermelon? I know. If you're hearing this for the first time, mixing savory fish with fruit probably sounds totally counterintuitive. But trust me on this one. It's actually a brilliant, incredibly refreshing summer pairing. The cool, sweet juiciness of the fruit just perfectly balances the rich, savory crunch of the topping. It's a traditional Thai combination that's absolutely going to change how you look at summer snacking.
Okay, here's our culinary roadmap for today. First, the summer pairing. Then the ingredient secret. Next up, the fluffy prep. And finally, the perfect pan roast. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The summer pairing.
You've really got two incredible serving options here that show off just how versatile this dish is. On one side, we have chilled, crisp watermelon. The sweet dried fish topping acts as this amazing savory contrast that cuts right through the sweet juiciness of the ice-cold fruit. But on the other hand, you can serve it over sweet, sticky rice. When you pair it with that warm, comforting base, the crispy topping adds an entirely new layer of rich, aromatic texture. It is so good.
Section 2. The ingredient secret.
Now, the ingredient list is actually incredibly simple. It requires just 4 items. We need sun-dried snakehead fish, 500 grams of thinly sliced fresh shallots, white sugar, and optionally, a little bit of ground salt. But here's the thing. While the list is minimal, picking the exact right type of fish is absolutely the make-or-break secret to this whole recipe.
The big secret here is you really need to choose sun-dried snakehead fish from a fresh market rather than a fully dried hard fish. If you use a fully dried fish, your final dish is going to be way too salty and it'll completely overpower the delicate flavors of the fruit. Sun-dried snakehead fish, though, it actually retains a tiny bit of moisture and gives you this perfectly balanced savory flavor. It's literally the ideal mellow canvas for our sweet topping.
Just to give you a concrete idea of what to look for, a kilo of the right sun-dried snakehead fish usually runs about 250 baht at a local Thai fresh market. Keep that price point in mind as a benchmark. It basically ensures you're getting the exact right level of freshness and quality instead of something that's been overly processed.
Section 3. The fluffy prep.
So, because the sun-dried fish we just sourced is naturally moist, you can't just toss it straight into a pan. If you do that, it's going to take forever to crisp up, and honestly, you'll ruin the texture. Instead, you've got to thoroughly dry it out first by baking or grilling it. Once it's completely dry, carefully pull out every single piece of skin and bone. Then, blend or pound the meat until it gets this signature light, almost cotton-like fluffy texture. That extreme fluffiness is the secret to making the topping literally melt in your mouth.
For those of you who want exact precision, if you're using an oven, bake the fish at 240 degrees Celsius for exactly 1 hour. Please don't just eyeball this. This specific temperature and time combo will perfectly extract all that lingering moisture without burning the delicate fish, prepping it flawlessly for the blender stage.
Okay, next up, the shallots. We want to carefully fry our thinly sliced shallots by adding them gradually into the oil. Now, whatever you do, do not dump them all in at once. If you do, the oil will violently bubble over the pan and you'll have a massive mess on your stove. So add them slowly, keep your heat at a patient medium-low, and stir continuously so they cook evenly and get this beautiful uniform color.
Now pay super close attention to this next part because it's where most beginners mess up. You absolutely must remove the shallots from the oil exactly when they hit a light golden yellow hue. Why? Residual heat. The heat trapped inside those shallots will actually keep cooking and darkening them as they sit and drain on a paper towel. If you wait until they look perfectly brown in the pan, they are going to burn and turn terribly bitter while resting.
All right, once those shallots are perfectly fried and completely cooled, we divide them up to create some layered flavors. From the 500 grams of fresh shallots we started with, we're going to separate about 70 grams. That smaller portion gets integrated directly into the fish during the roasting process to really deeply infuse the meat with flavor. And the remaining 430 grams? We're saving those to toss in as a super crispy, aromatic garnish right at the very end.
Section 4. The perfect pan roast. This is where all our prep work pays off. Grab about 2 tablespoons of that incredibly aromatic oil left over from frying the shallots and start to slowly roast your fluffy fish. It is absolutely essential to use low heat here. You're going to roast it continuously, stirring patiently until the fish feels practically weightless and totally dry as it hits the sides of the pan. Once it reaches that airy stage, go ahead and fold in those 70 grams of reserved fried shallots. And that brings us to a major culinary secret. Taking your time with this roasting step is vital, because perfectly drying out the fish is literally the only way to prevent a soggy dish. If you get impatient and leave any moisture in there, your topping won't just lack that satisfying crunch, it's actually going to spoil way faster on the shelf. Patience on low heat is everything here.
Okay, to maintain that dry, fluffy, and crispy texture we've worked so hard for, you have to follow one very strict rule. You must turn the stove heat completely off before folding in your white sugar. If that pan is still over a flame, the sugar is going to immediately melt, turn into this sticky syrup, and clump all your beautiful, fluffy fish together into a heavy mess. So following that golden rule, once the heat is entirely off, softly toss the white sugar in with the fish and shallots just until it's combined. After that, do a quick taste test. You only want to add a tiny pinch of ground salt at this final stage if the natural saltiness of the sun-dried fish wasn't quite enough for your palate. Remember, this dish is all about finding that perfect, harmonious balance between sweet and savory.
So, armed with these exact culinary secrets, from picking the right sun-dried snakehead fish, to mastering the residual heat of your shallots, to nailing that low-heat pan roast, what's stopping you from transforming a simple, boring slice of chilled watermelon into a complex, completely authentic culinary experience? Give this recipe a try, trust the techniques we walked through today, and prepare to have your taste buds completely amazed. Enjoy!